please don't buy into any of that propaganda stuff he said. Running up the score was not, I know that's what he's selling to his team this week, but it's not going to happen. So, thanks for having me. It's really a privilege to be here. I want to talk a little bit about our season. So far, I'll get into the rivalry game that's coming up, but it's been a long year. We've had some expectations put on yourself and put on by others, where you were going to pick to finish in this league. It's long. We had an open date in week 2 of the season, which is hard to do. Now you're talking about playing 10, 11 straight games in a row. So you get to this time, and it's hard to win in this league. The Southland Conference, and Frank will tell you how difficult it is to win. Home, away, what they've done the last couple of weeks is really an incredible job. It's a tribute to them going on the road and winning two long road trips we talked about, the way you got to go to Abilene Christian and to Central Arkansas. A fantastic job right there, but it's hard to win in this league. So to sit where you are right now and to be playing for the conference championship at the end of the season, there's a friend of mine who told me, and I know he's a friend of this place, Pete Jenkins, always told me that you always want to be playing meaningful games at the end of October and into November. And for us to sit here and be able to do that the last week of the season against your rival team, and you're playing for the championship and all the marbles, I don't think you can ask for anything better than that. And this whole area is excited about it, not just in Thibodaux, not just in Hammond. I know there's a lot of people around the area that's excited. We love playing on a Thursday night. We're going to talk about that. I think it's good for the league. I think it's good for the whole South Louisiana. We get a lot of people that can come in that's just football fans because it's a Thursday night game. So it means a lot to us, and then it's all on the line for this last one. The series has been fantastic, and I always say this about rivalry games. When we got there in 2015, it wasn't a rivalry. Southeastern had been owning Nicholls and really beating up on us pretty bad. And you got to win a game or two for it to get back to be a rivalry game again. And we did that and won. Then they won 2 games. We won last year. So it is on. It's back again, and it's a great rivalry. It's great for the community. It's great for the schools. I know they got the sororities and the fraternities. They take buses to each other's games. I think it's just fantastic for both schools to do that. And, to put Louisiana on the map, he mentioned this about the recruiting part, and I want to just echo it a little bit. There's a lot of good football players in Louisiana. And one of the things that we made it an emphasis is to recruit it. But I will say this, it was kind of easy at the time when we got in because we didn't have to recruit against Southeastern. During those times, they wasn't recruiting a lot of the high school Louisiana kids. And so we would go into schools and, we would be offering them and we would get a lot of those guys. And now that's changed with Frank coming in. So everywhere we go, it's Southeastern in the doors and we're battling. So we don't just battle on the field, we battle in recruiting, we go to camps. It's a great rivalry all around. So he's doing a fantastic job. This game it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a war. It's going to be a battle. It's a short week. It's, preparation-wise, I think the team that prepares and gets ready in that short amount of time is going to have the big advantage in this game. But, it's going to come down to blocking and tackling fundamentals. You're not going to trick anybody this time of year. It's just going to be able to line up and play and who's playing the best ball on that night. And he hit the nail on the head. It's about turnovers. It's about possessions because we can't give them the way Virgil and his offense is playing. We can't give them any extra possessions. They're scoring, 40 points a game in conference. They're doing a fantastic job of that. And we got to protect that football, and we got to try to steal a couple from them. So, I'm excited about it. It's going to be a great game. The weather's going to be fantastic. It's a 6 o'clock kickoff. If you can get to the stadium and get your tickets, it's going to be a fun night. I'll answer any questions. If anybody has a couple questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Hey, Coach. Also, congratulations on your success. And I've seen most of your games at home and stuff. And so your kicking game has been kind of sketchy, but it seems like you got a new kicker that this past game was able to actually put some extra points through the uprights and stuff like that. Are you happy with your kicking game now?
Well, I think the kicking game is a huge part of it, and it's you put a lot of emphasis into the kicking game. So when you get there on Saturday and it doesn't go through, or the kickoffs don't go where you want to go, it's big. So we have a couple of young men that have been battling back and forth all year. He actually kicked early for us too, and then we got the other one back in, and now he's back kicking. So special teams are so important. So we're going to need them this Thursday. Yep.
Has Perry Gansey met your expectations or exceeded them? Because I'm watching him play. He seems to be contributing.
Listen, he's a very special player, and he was banged up early in the year, and now he's healthy, and he's playing some really good football. He's a tough, just everything that we thought. Maybe the only expectations was how soon he was going to play, but I mean, he's having a fantastic year for us, and we love him. We do. Yeah.
I remember a year before you came into Nicholls, I went and saw actually Frank's son Jordan play. Might have been Jordan's best game at IWU. I think Nicholls was 0-10 at the time. Had no fan base, no anything. Now 5 years later, 6 years later, with your success, how has donations, has that helped your fundraising? Has that helped your facilities? How quickly has your program, risen as far as that goes?
That's a good question. I think it's a great community, and we always said that. And I always tell the players this: if you put a good product on the field, the people will come, and they will come and support it. And that community has. The tailgating has been tremendous. Again, you know this, everybody loves a party, right? So food, drinks, come in the stadium. So it's been fantastic for that. But the money has been good. We have our fundraiser. We all got to do it. We got to go support it. We are getting ready to put a new facility in. It's been some private donations and some state money that get started here in about a month, an end zone facility, which is unheard of. So that's going to help us in recruiting across the board and attracting, some of the better players to come in. And then we have, when you get the right people in place, and he'll be the first one to tell you, we have a fantastic president who is a local. He's a Homer. He actually graduated from Nicholls. He's from Homer. Our AD is fantastic, Matt Rohn. He does a good job in the fundraising and gets it and knows what athletics does to the whole school and the surrounding area. So it's been good for us, and it's only getting better. Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, Coach. First, I hate to contradict what someone said about, fan base. There were about 9 of us out there tailgating before Coach Rebowe got there. But Coach, we'll talk a little bit about, you got a little club that kind of helps out, with financing and helping do some different things for the university. It's called the Huddle Up Club. Can you talk a little bit about that, Coach?
Yeah, Kevin George is a former Nicholls player, so he understands playing in that stadium, man. It was good. Our Huddle Up Club, it's our quarterback club. We just, cute name, call it the Huddle Up Club. It's former players, but it's open to everyone. And those guys got in about 200 members, and we do some little extra things. We need some money for it. It all goes back to the players, and it goes back to the coaches. Funds are as much as you can get from the university, but you need outside funds to do that. So we're always putting on events. We have once a year. We have like a fish fry where we sell. We have a golf tournament, and there's 3 major things that we do. We put on a cook-off at the beginning of the year and a 5K run on our last scrimmage, and that has turned into a big fundraiser for us. So Huddle Up Online is where guys can go. We got our golf tournament that'll be coming up on December the 9th. We do it at Latour out in Raceland. It's just everything that goes back to the players, and it's great because the former players know, hey, we get extra shorts, we get extra shirts, all the things that we need to do to try to get us to that next level. So thanks for asking, man. I appreciate it. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. I look forward to seeing you. Thanks for having me.